Hello and welcome to another chapter of a tome pulled right off the shelves at the heart of the Jakuls. As always, I'm your professional host, Lothran, and there's ever so much more data to relay. So let's get to it, shall we? Go grab a filling meal, settle into a cozy spot, and pay accurate attention to Fleet Part 44, Excrutiating Chasm. If you thought falling ever further toward the center of the world, destroying and remaking your body in the process, was the hardest thing you'd ever do, then you don't know life very well at all. Sure, each moment of pain, you're there for it, completely awash in the all-too-real massacre of all your comforts and desires for simple pleasantries. But a moment later, with access to the right technology, all of that is gone. Even if the pain does last, even if it clings to you like an embittered lover, you know what is real, and that the torment won't leave you till you're fixed of what went so terribly wrong. But this was... Ah! Vilivin cried out into the shrouding darkness, careening away from the impact till he stumbled with a loud and echoing thud against a smooth-cut stone wall. "There isn't a way through this madness!" Vilivin shouted with all the impotent rage that coursed through him. Distant, echoing laughter was the only response that met Vilivin's despondent cry. The descent had been difficult, probably the most challenging thing he'd ever faced till this point, but Vilivin had been able to see, to witness and observe the facets of the challenge placed before him, to react. He'd been able to direct his ire first at a viable target, and when that didn't work, he turned all that he'd known and experienced inward to conquer the weakness and frailty within himself. It had been a lesson. Vilivin fell to his hands and knees, the sudden strike of an assaulting attacker from within the very stone walls supporting him. He scrambled away on his hands and knees, too panicked to think, too frightened to defend himself, too driven by instinct to make any rational choice. He'd entered this cave without being ordered. He'd made this choice. Vilivin slammed into another wall, and what he felt in his mind was most likely a circular cavern, with no entrance and no exit, as odd as that could be explained away. He'd already explored every edge, tracing the sides for several days. His stomach cried out for any desperate morsel of sustenance that he might cram into it, yet there was none to be had. His limbs shook with every minute action. Shapes crawled forth out of the silent darkness. Enough! Vilivin screamed at the fist that had struck him in the gut, vanished back into the desolate nothing whence it had come. Vilivin strode away from the reassurances of the cavern wall beside him, walking out into the abyss, not searching, not seeking, standing there. He clawed at his chest, reaching into the schism in his perceptions, finding two lines, two ribs of force that did not belong. He felt his own scream so far away that he couldn't even hear it anymore. Another blow struck him as he dug and tore the two chords of consciousness. One was real, the other a falsehood. One Vilivin held dear. It had served him his entire life. The other sought to immolate all that he already was. He clutched the squirming, squiggling, sanctimonious, scowling, scaly, scraping, scrawny, screechy, scrimey rope. ripping the other tendril from his flesh, casting the old aside and asunder, watching it burn and desiccate before his eyes, a sickly orange amber disintegrating corpse of former understanding. I know nothing of my real self. Vilivin felt the tears flowing down his face. The brilliant, beaming, blazing, baleful, blinding light of veracity, of Vilivin's absolute selfhood, flaring in infinite trail up through the dark, and he had but one choice remaining to make, whether he would wallow in the pit of comfortable unknowing frailty, or would he begin to climb, to ascend, to clamber from the lowest depths, to claw ever higher, to reach for unattainable heights. Vilivin took a single breath, the neon brilliant green living energy force curling through his lungs. He stole another breath from the world around him, pilfered and purloined what he required from existence, fighting off its need to keep from him all things vital to his advancement and prosperity. Luminous, lancing, layered, laden, lustrous, lawless, limitless, lethal, leading light, pouring green and growing over his muscles, ruminating in every cell and fiber of his being. Vilivin explored this primordial, powerful, pathological, parenthetic, permeative, perplexing, persuasive, perpetual conflagration of recognition of Vilivin's own metaphysical formation in such a simplistic, energetic construct of primitive life, staring right back at him and seeing the truest shape of what he was as he saw it, watching the little beast dissipate back into his flesh. Vilivin noticed the cliff again, the cliff of all achievement, more formidable and unsurmountable than all other structures standing silently before him, stretching up and in all other directions for all possible eternities. Vilivin got a good grip upon its sharp and greedily ravenous surface, the living lightning enveloping his entire body. Vilivin began to scale the unending challenge, knowing the process would utterly exterminate everything that he was and could ever become. And so it is. Our time together has once more come to a close. I hope each and every one of you enjoyed the tale as much as I have the telling of it. As always, I've been your rational host, Lothran, and this was Fleet Part 44, Excrutiating, Chasm, another tale right from the heart of the Jakuls. And now, sadly, so very sadly, we must once again part ways. Korvoth, guide them back along the proper path, back to the safety they know all too well.
Yes, sir, Lothran. I'm not really sure what's going on. I think this is good. Maybe? I got work to get back to. I can't be here all day. A pleasant greeting and a fond farewell to each and all. Please leave all your comments, questions, and kindnesses down below. Don't you let me catch a single one of you leaving any of that nasty, abusive, or dreadful stuff, though. You keep all that garbage to yourselves. Got it? I got my eye on you. I'm watching you. Don't do it. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to help us learn, spread, and grow. And don't forget that we strongly encourage each and every one of you to stay safe out there. See you again tomorrow for Fleet Part 45. Hopefully Lothran can explain this one to me. I don't really get it. Good night and good luck. You'll need it. Bye-bye, everybody.